Hello, my name is Grian and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. As you can see, or maybe you can't see, I've actually put on the Optifine shaders, and this just allows me to make everything a bit more visible, especially at night. So do let me know if you don't like it or not, but I think it does actually improve quite a lot. You can see every aspect of the base, and yep, I've not actually made much progress at all on this base since the last time we were on. But today I really hope to do a lot of things. If you remember last episode, we talked about getting a map together to create the weird matrix room, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. A lot of you gave me some tips on how to do it, and I think I'm going to follow them. So thank you very much to everyone that suggested stuff. And also, Mumbo Jumbo answered my call for redstone help with such enthusiasm that he made an entire video dedicated to teaching me how to make a giant elevator, and I also hope to do that today as well. But I saw that and I'm just blushing. I'm so happy. He made me a video. It's not every day that someone makes you a video just because you ask for some help, so this is going to be really cool, I think. Although I have highlighted a few issues, I might actually have to get the real Mumbo Jumbo and not just a video of Mumbo Jumbo to help me out here. I've cleared a little space beneath, and as you can see, I've kind of got ready for what I'm going to build, but this might work when I make it. If it doesn't, I'm going to go over to Mumbo's house and I'm going to be like, Mumbo, can you help me make the water elevator? So we're going to need an empty map because we're going to be making that matrix room first. But it does mean that we need to go and find ourselves a snowy biome. I've flown all the way to the mining area. Are there really no snow biomes anywhere? Well, this is actually a blessing in disguise because I didn't bring enough rockets for this journey. Being in the nether really makes a difference. Look at how much you can see compared to when the shaders are off. So this is shaders on, where all of the lava's really nice and bright. And this is with it off. It still looks great. It's just a very different kind of look. It just enables you to see a lot more. I personally don't mind which one. I just prefer to be able to see as much as possible. We've replenished... No, there's not. Is anyone getting major deja vu here? That is straight up a skeleton horse again. That's exactly where we found Jack Skellabone number 1. Lightning does strike twice in the same place. Seriously, how hard is it to find some snow in this place? I haven't found a single snowy biome. This looks very promising, but I need to take the largest amount of space that's going to be completely covered in white. I need to find an area that is not going to have any water in it, because otherwise I'm going to have to cover it manually. This looks very promising, but I don't think... these rivers are going to get in the way, maybe? So now, we just take the empty map, and we get mostly white. Oh, it has to be flat as well? I didn't account for this at all. It needs to be completely flat, because otherwise you can see the contour lines. This isn't what I expected. Fortunately, there's a plan B. I think this is by far going to be the quickest way to do it. And this is actually one of the things we need. So we'll take that with us. That was a potluck. I probably would have been better off putting some time into making an automated pumpkin farm, but now I just gotta wait for a bunch of pumpkins. I don't need many. I've only got enough snow for well, how many? 13? Okay, I've got all 13 pumpkins ready to go. I've got my empty maps, and I think most of you probably know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make the snow golems do the work for me. So now all we gotta do is find a decent spot for us to do this map. It probably doesn't need to be too far away, but far enough away that we're not in anybody's way. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a go anyway. And, boop. No! Why did I think this would work? I should have just taken one snow golem and made sure that it works, because it definitely doesn't. They don't... I mean, logic dictates that these guys don't survive in here. I really thought I could get away with this, but it doesn't look like I can. This is probably where we were before, but this is also a pretty good place to do what we need to do. Looks like we're back to square one pretty much. I wonder if it is quicker just to make everything really flat. What have I found? Whose base is this? Oh, thank goodness I didn't do anything here. Tailing a zoomer. Can't believe I found XI Zoomai void right here. What the heck? I did not expect to see him here. I don't even know if he's seen me yet. Can I find? Yeah, I got him. Well, my plans are definitely not going to plan at all. I need to find a place where nobody is. Why is he out 3,000 blocks from spawn? This is not going well at all. Okay, now that we're at the back of the base, it's time for plan C. Man, I really didn't think we'd get to C because I only had a plan A. Hello everyone, you're probably wondering why I'm now sitting on a chair in the middle of the ocean. And that's because I need to sit down and take you through my journey. As you've already seen, my plans are not going particularly well. And instead of just showing you firsthand what happened, I'm going to take you through a little story. So, as you know, I need to make a map that's entirely white. And that means flattening an entire area and covering it in one block. So my initial thought was to go to a snowy biome and then flatten it down or make a platform and then have it just snow. That would have been the smart way to do it. But then Grian thought he could be smart, which he's not. So he decided to make a few snow golems and then harvest all of the snow, all 16,000 blocks of it. Now, you may be wondering why on earth he was doing this, why didn't he just flatten it? It's a question that I ask myself to this very day. So I then took that snow and I thought I would be smart, going on top of the nether and placing all of that snow down one by one and covering it. But I got maybe a few blocks in, holding a map, and then I realised I've been putting the square shape in the triangle hole this entire time. I realised that maps just don't work in the nether, which I should have known from the start. So I had 16,000 snow blocks to do absolutely nothing with. So instead of going back to my first one, instead I decided to head to a desert where I would flatten it down and get a lot of sand as well. So I would kill two birds with one stone. I would have more sand than I could ever need in the history of Hermitcraft, and I would get my white map. But this meant all of these inexplicable mistakes cost me 13 hours of time, and that is no exaggeration, 13 hours to make this one map. And that's why this is such a messy start to an episode. If Mumbo is a spoon, I am a ladle. Okay, that covers that. Let's get back into it. Hopefully that all makes sense, and I finally have this map. Oh my goodness. There's no mistakes on it. It's completely white. So this is what it looks like in the end. This giant landmass that's just been flattened and got nothing on it. And now that we've got the map, we need to head back to the base and we need to get many copies of this. And this is also another problem that I've come across. To make this room, I'm going to need to cover the floor, the walls, the roof, everything. And depending on how big the room is, that means an item frame for every single surface. And then a map for every single item frame. Now that's going to cost a lot. The first thing that we're going to need is a lot of paper. The place to get paper is from Joe Hill's Wishing Well. Now this has been here for ages. So it says, paper for sale, 1 stack for 1 good wish. Name an item with your good wish and throw it in the well. Now, I need all of this paper. All of it. So, in this case, I'm just going to do a few really good wishes. Number 1. I wish I had more paper. That seems appropriate. Number 2. I wish I could take Mumbo's stash. Oh, it broke. Uh-oh. Alright, replace that. And the final one is... I wish for more wishes. If I had the space, I would make it say, this is a genie, right? But, yep, that'll do. Okay, so I've done 4 wishes. I wish I had more paper. Down it goes. I wish I could take Mumbo's mustache. In it goes. I wish for more wishes, because this is how it works, right? And I wish for 1 Grian IOU to Joe Hills for all of this paper. I can't really do many wishes for all of these stacks, but hopefully that will suffice for him. I'm really starting to get fond of this base, you know. I was thinking as well, this pattern that I've got going on could have a gap and then continue down in here. That could look really cool, but we'll come back to that another time, I think. Okay, let's get this room made. So how do I copy this? I've now got a bunch of item frames, and I've got a bunch of compasses so I can make maps. So if I take this and I put the map in, what do I need to do to turn this into a copy? Or do you need to put them in the crafting table itself? Yes. Yep, all the same. And they stack. Oh, brilliant. There we go. We've got all of the maps that we need. Hopefully this is going to be enough. Oh, we're actually getting somewhere now. This shouldn't be too bad. So I'm thinking I make a meeting room down here. And that might mean making a little funnel. So if we make a funnel down here, I just had a thought. This might be directly above the farm that I made. Oh no! It totally is. We might need a different location for this. The pickle farm is in the way. It makes sense that the meeting room is just here. This is the next best place, I think. Now all we gotta do is make a little room. The room itself needs to be made out of sea lanterns or glowstone or something of that sort, because it needs to have for the effect to work, the map needs to be fully lit up, so it's best if we just make them out of sea lanterns. So I've bought loads of Iskall sea lanterns, and that's what we're going to make this out of. The room itself doesn't need to be massive, just because of the effect itself kind of takes care of that. Oh my goodness, this is the big hole I've been working on. But it would be nice to have some sort of space in here, just so that you can walk around. But any more than 3 blocks high, and that just creates a whole lot of issues. I'm going to have to stop the dripping, but we're getting there, and I'm definitely going to run out of sea lanterns. But that also indicates I'm definitely going to run out of maps. But fortunately, I think I have enough resources to make more. I've got some paper left over. We should just about be able to make it. I haven't actually thought about how I'm going to get out of this room yet. I'm totally out of sea lanterns now, but we can start doing some of it to get an idea. This is the really time-consuming bit. When I made this in creative mode, it took me less than 5 minutes because I was able to just spam this stuff without having to craft it at all. So I'm really starting to take for granted how much I use creative mode now. And this only really works because you can fall down this hole and this will actually cover it up. The fact that you can place item frames everywhere is really mad. And also it's worth noting that each one of these is an entity, so this may cause a bit of lag. I'm not entirely sure how, but it might do. And then we take the map and we put it in each and every single one, which is why we need a lot of maps and a lot of item frames. I maybe went overboard with the size of this room, but you want to be able to walk around and stuff. I think this is probably going to impress Mumbo or scare him, but I'm planning on having our first architect meeting in here. Good old Archibros. Well, you definitely get an idea of how this is going to go. Look at this, it's already kind of weird. Oh my, this is so strange. I absolutely love this, but I need maybe double the amount that I have. What? No, he's going to break my stuff. He's breaking my maps. Enough. Mobs really shouldn't be spawning here. Look how many glowstones there are. I think also we should make a little bit of maybe a corridor to go around. I'm going to have to get rid of these drips because that's really weird. It's like it's raining in here, and I don't really like the effect. It kind of ruins it. It turns out I'm probably not going to have the resources to finish off the project here, so I might have to go and do a bit of collection and then come back to this ready for next episode, which shouldn't be too difficult. But you can see how this is going, and I'm pretty sure I can test it. What is going on? How? Straight up, how did you get in there? Why? Zombies don't normally just walk into water. Did he fall in? It's possible. That's so strange. Maybe I should have kept him. Anyway, this is what it should look like. If I face, well, from here, I could probably put another one on the top there, like an item frame on the top, and it would just look blank. But if I fall in this way, you get an idea of what this looks like from our perspective. Oh, this is so... And then it's ruined because it's not finished yet. But this is going to be really cool. I'm thinking what we do is we create, like, a chair and tables down. This is why, like, I made the hole here, and I made it slightly longer at this end, so that maybe that there's a table and chairs here, so that we can sit and have a meeting in here, and it would just be the most weird thing. And then I'm also planning on maybe having, like, a little walkway, so that you won't be able to tell it's there unless you know it's there. So using this, like the table as the orientation point, you can then move around and use a little corridor to get out. Because there obviously needs to be a way out. But, oh, I love this. Everyone wanted me to make this, and I'm glad I did. I just didn't expect it to take as long as it has. Now I think we should crack on with this, getting this elevator done, because Mumbo was nice enough to make a video for me, so I might as well act on it. No, not again. This time I'm on the this time on the outside. No. Oh no, I shouldn't have looked at him. Is he gonna... No? He can't go up? Oh, those screeches! So this is the first layer, and I love this. It looks so good. I haven't used it yet, which is kind of why you need an elevator. There's no way up here. Now we just need to work our way up all the way to the top, and then we can start making the different floors for this. I'm probably not going to put water in this until the very... That Enderman is still going. He's still mad at me. And of course we're out. We're not quite at the next layer yet. Now diving down there would be a very silly mistake, so we're going to dive down here and just glide in circles. Let's see if we can get in. Oh, yep, made it. Layer 1 accomplished. Can you get through one whole blocks? Oh, I did. I'm getting really good at flying, you know. This looks like it might be the next layer. It is. So fortunately, there's loads of space to do the redstone that we need. Each layer, it's really impressive inside each one of these. I can't wait to start filling this with stuff. And here's the chest full of all the bits and pieces from Rendog's tree. But this elevator has to go all the way to the top, so I hope that Mumbo's design works for really, really tall elevators. And we made it to the top. Oh my goodness. And look at the mob party. I really need to get to work on turning this into a mob farm, because that is just wasted potential. Oh my goodness, I need more hours in the day. So let's head over and take a look at the elevator that Mumbo has made for me. So here we are. Oh, I immediately broke it. Oh, no. This is why you don't press F5. Oh no, I'm just breaking it left, right and center. Oh no. I hope no redstone. The buttons have gone off. Oh, this is a nightmare. If I put these back, does it work? Okay. I broke it, but hopefully I fixed it. So this is the elevator that Mumbo made for me. Now this is genius. I would have never in a million years known that if you send a redstone signal, it travels upwards through the glass. It detects it or something. I don't really know how this works. Does it detect a block down here? It must do. So all of these are quite simple. Each button makes the redstone signal delay for longer than the others. They're all linked up to 1, so all of them technically go off, but depending on which button you click, it delays it for slightly longer. So I think that's how it works, and then once the signal hits this, the timing is just right so that the observer detects it and then pushes you off. So hopefully this works. Let's go to number 2 first. And it didn't push me out. Maybe it's slightly off, or maybe I broke it. Let's try number 1. I think the timing's slightly off. Maybe I did break it, because I definitely tried this before and it worked. And then of course the one right at the top, you don't need to, because he's actually, he's done a little tripwire hook here that pushes it out. So when you come out the top, it just pushes you. And then, of course, you can go back down. That's the other thing. This elevator works great because at the bottom, he's got a switcher. He's just improved it. I was, like, theorizing on how to do this, but this is, like, a really, really sound design. But I think I might actually need his help genuinely to make this. So if we pretend that this is my base, this is where it is. So I don't have the luxury of being able to put the redstone here, as there is a wall directly there. So there might need to be some trickery going on there, or moving around this delay so that it works. But this is genuinely really genius. Really, really genius. If it was timed correctly, which I don't think it is right now. But that is actually exactly what we need. Thank you very much, Mumbo, and this is another request for please helping me make it. So I'm afraid that's all I have time for today. I wasted so much time trying to make those maps. Well, succeeding to make those maps, let's not forget. I might have failed about a bajillion times, but in the end, I actually made it. It just cost me hours and hours and hours. But it's a project well done, and that meeting room's going to come in handy. And I think I've got some pretty genius ways of keeping it secret, and just the plans for this base are getting bigger and bigger and bigger with every episode. We're going to have a meeting room. We're going to fill up these. We're going to have an elevator that goes up and down. We're going to add another layer up there, maybe even 2 layers, a portal at the top. These tower extensions down the end, and we have the sand to do that now. It's so exciting to build this base. I love it. It may have started out as this very small cylinder down here, but just look at what it has become. And also, before I leave, I just want to tell you that in the tab, you see my name. I'm the only one online, which is a bit odd, but you see that there's my name, and then there's the number 10. Now, normally that has the game time in, or, you know, block swam, or something like that. Well, at the moment, it counts how many phantoms you have slain, and there's like a reward that if you slay the most phantoms in the month, that there's a bunch of rewards that I think everyone's sort of chipping into the reward pile, and I kind of want it, but I don't know if I can compete with the likes of people that literally just stay up every night in Minecraft and just slay phantoms. But it might be something worth doing, especially as I'm not a rich man. I'm not a rich man here. Look, I got 23 diamond blocks. Some people have stacks in chests full of this stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video, despite it being full of many, many fails. I think this is just like the beginning. This is the beginning. And thank you very much again for watching, and goodbye.